Singer and MTV Global Ambassador for the Staying Alive Foundation, Kelly Rowland, flew into South Africa this week for the screening of her documentary entitled Staying Alive, The Diary of Kelly Rowland. A campaign was set up 10 years ago focusing on empowering young people to begin grassroots projects to help their local communities. The star visited countries like South Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania earlier this year, meeting people infected and affected by the HIV/AIDS pandemic. At the screening of the film in Johannesburg, the film's director, Swade, says it's important to create awareness around an issue of this magnitude.
This documentary is very close to me in the sense because it allowed me to give people an idea of the realities of what's facing young people in South Africa, in Kenya, in Nigeria, like all over the world. AIDS is something that we're all affected by in some way, shape, form, and or fashion. I'd like to give congratulations to Kelly. When you think of artists, you think like, yeah, it's the bling, it's the party life, it's the videos, but I was able to meet and understand a young lady from a point of view that a lot of people may have never seen, and I hope through watching this, you get to understand that those people that you see on screen are people just like the rest of us.
After the viewing, those present were given the opportunity to partake in a Q&A session with the star.
A lot of the stuff I've seen in the documentary isn't new. Ever since high school days, we've been taught about AIDS and its effects and what it does. Having been in the countries that you have been in and engaging with the people that you have both HIV positive and not, what in your opinion have you seen or identified as the stumbling block or the real problem?
It's almost some of the things that, whether it's young people or elders as well, thinking like some things are just conditioned. You know what I mean? And I think that it's really time to do a clean sweep, you know, throughout, whether it's villages or your community or your schools or your household even. You know what I mean? I think it's about passing the message that this is real. I know, especially talking to young people. I think the younger you get, especially with age, into schools, I think that it's better than you then. I think that's the best time to reach young people, you know, when they're eager about learning, because I think that sometimes as young people, like I said in the documentary, like, we're invincible. Nothing can happen to us, and that is a lie.
As an international icon, what message are you sending to young people to love themselves? It's not really a question, but it's a challenge to the great icons out there to stop saying, you know, shake your booty and you get all the men. To say, love yourself enough to know that you don't need to use your booty to get a man. You know what I mean?
I agree. I know it's one group that I have to say I love to this day is TLC, and their bravery for having condoms in the glasses, left eye, and like making it a cool thing. And I think it's about time for a movement like that. And honestly, all jokes aside, I want to be a part of that movement. I think that, and to be honestly speaking, what makes you nervous as an artist is how young people will view it, if it's going to be corny or if it's going to be something that's not cool. And I think that it's about time for artists to actually make a movement in that again, because it's not just affecting people who are living with HIV or AIDS or their families. It affects all of us. It could be any one of us, and I think that it's so important. I think that's a great question that you have, because even in the studio now, like I'm working on a new record, and I'm writing down things that I've seen and things that affect me and things that bother me, even when I put my head on my pillow. And this is one, to be quite honest with you. I lost somebody very close to me to AIDS, and it's saddening to watch. And I hear so many different stories from young people and friends of mine that have lost people to HIV and AIDS as well. So it's about time for a movement.
My question for you is, what are you doing? How are you making sure that your young people of Tanzania aren't going to be affected by this disease that's continuing to destroy our youth? What I saw today hurt me because so many young people are involved. And it's important that everybody in this room is responsible for young people. We can't continue to watch this disease spread. This is where we as people have to bind together to change. These numbers have to go down.
and you're a part of that. God bless you.
But for me, like, I feel like we've all been put on this earth for a purpose. And I feel like for me, it's not just cute outfits. It's not just the cute hair, the makeup, or the glamour, anything like that. I'm put in this position in order to go to Africa, in order to be in New York the next day, in order to go to the Middle East, in order to go to all of these different places to say something, to have a message. And the truth of the matter is it doesn't matter what case I hear, it's still gonna soften my heart. And I think that's just the passion, honestly, that I have for it. You know what I mean? I know, to be honest, I'm very emotional. And I'm very sensitive, and when it comes to things dealing with young people, I'm a softie. I am, because I want to see change.
Staying Alive, the diary of Kelly Rowland will be shown on MTV Base on World AIDS Day.